We have endured some interesting and uncertain times with coronavirus and many other things throwing us for a loop this season. And people want to know, is it okay to purchase a new home in this season? Well, I think that's a fantastic question. Hi guys, we're in this beautiful townhome in Fairburn, Georgia at the Renaissance at South Park community, and their model home where it's 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bath, an open floor plan. It is just gorgeous. And we're here answering questions buyers and sellers want to know. We have endured some interesting and uncertain times with coronavirus and many other things throwing us for a loop this season. And many of us were affected. We're all trying to figure out ways to recover and move forward. And people want to know, is it okay to purchase a new home in this season? Well, I think that's a fantastic question. And we have George here today from Capital City Home Loans to answer that question. George, what do you think?
I do think it's a great time to buy a house. It's definitely been some interesting times with the pandemic and people being stuck at home with their families. I think that because of that, people are realizing that maybe they need more space.
Yeah.
Or maybe just a different layout.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of companies are realizing that their employees can actually function just as good, if not better, remotely. So I feel like a lot of families will be home more in general.
Yeah. It's gonna be a new world, right?
Yep.
I mean, look, we've been trying to tell our bosses that for years, right? Just let me stay home. I will get the work done.
Yeah.
But now we've had to live through that. And I think that companies are going to readjust how we even work. And that does include a home office. That may include, maybe a day or two from home and then you travel to work. And so I think you're absolutely right. I also think that when you're at home, you start to notice things you hadn't noticed before. Like either you're like, man, I really love my house, or you're like, ooh, it's time for a change. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And because of that, it's kind of created a pent-up demand.
Bottleneck, yeah.
So my feeling is that, the upcoming early summer months and going forward, and I've actually already started to notice it the last couple weeks.
It's picked up, right?
Buyers are out. They want to go out. They want to go out and look at houses. They want to go out and eat at restaurants.
Yeah.
And so it's really, I think this summer and going into the fall is going to be a really, really hot time to buy.
I think so too. I think that's such a great response to that. I think my response to whether it's safe to buy or not really depends on your personal situation, right? So some people have been affected financially more than others, but some people have gotten new jobs in this season, right? And so I really think it depends less on the external factors and more on whether you're experiencing economic stability in your home, right? So if you have stable employment and you're doing well in life, I think you can absolutely go buy a home, right?
Sure, yeah, no, I completely agree. All the, most of the mortgage options are still out there. Down payments as low as 3% for first-time home buyers and even 0% in certain instances. And I completely agree with you that, if you feel comfortable with your job and you feel like it's stable, now is a great time. And I think one of the main reasons is because interest rates are at or near historical lows. And what that basically means is your monthly payment is going to be a lot less. Mm-hmm. And so you can actually afford more house.
So as a mortgage lender, George, and one of the best of them, I might add, what have you seen? You said you saw it's kind of been picking up in the last couple of weeks, which I think as a realtor, I've had my realtor friends say the same. A lot of us were thinking it's going to be dead in the water for a while, but surprisingly, there have been closings and people are out and they're going under contract. And every time I take a client somewhere and I leave and I come back, it's under contract, which got to be frustrating. But from a mortgage lender standpoint, are you feeling like business is good, that it's been unaffected? Do you think that we'll continue with no hiccups as we continue?
Yeah, I feel very confident, because of kind of all that happened in the spring. Purchases clearly slowed some, like we were talking about before. Refinance business actually picked up a lot. Because interest rates were so low. Yeah. People could lower their monthly payment, lower the amount of interest that they're paying each month. Yeah. But as I mentioned, the last couple weeks, purchase applications have gone up drastically. And looking at the numbers, as of I think a week ago, purchase applications were actually up 18% year over year. Which means at this point, year to date, compared to last year, purchase applications are up 18%.
I think because of these uncertain times, the market has kind of shifted from a seller's market to a buyer's market, which might make it a little easier to negotiate for buyers. And I know I've had clients who've received a deal of a lifetime just because they chose to buy in this season. So I'm encouraging people, if you're ready, if you are feeling comfortable, and you know where your house is, get out there and go secure it, because it's a great time to make a change and buy a new home.
Couldn't agree more. I'd say probably the most important thing is to make sure that you're pre-qualified for a mortgage. Before you go out, seriously looking at houses. You want to talk to a trusted lender who can review your financial situation, tell you not only how much you qualify, but also look at different down payment and monthly payment options. So by the time you're actually ready to get out and seriously look, exactly what you're looking at as far as monthly payment and interest rate and closing costs and things like that.
Exactly. So I think that's a great tip, because I've seen a lot of disappointment over the years because people do it a little bit out of order. They go and they find a house that they love and say it's $300,000, but they haven't gotten pre-qualified. And so when they find this house and it's $300,000, they get pre-qualified and they may be only approved for $240,000, and then the disappointment sets in because it doesn't match. So I think definitely the first step is to just find out what you're comfortable paying every month, and just because you can afford it doesn't mean you would want to, right? And exactly. So being comfortable with that monthly payment is definitely key. But then after that, the fun stuff begins, where you're going out house hunting and you're seeing something beautiful and you're falling in love and you're seeing your whole world change, before your eyes. So I think that's really helpful to know. Well, George, thank you for coming on the show. We loved having you, and more importantly, we love working with you. You are one of my favorite lenders, and we're here in this townhome. You want to go check it out?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So George, before you go, what would your word of encouragement be for those who are looking to refinance this season?
I'd say the number one thing is don't be scared to reach out to a mortgage lender. I know people read a lot of stuff online and there's just endless information and not all of it's correct. So I think a lot of people are intimidated just by the thought of a mortgage. And it's really not that complicated. So I guess my word of encouragement would be just to reach out to someone, to a trusted mortgage lender, and they can help you.
Absolutely. Whether it be here with the lenders at Renaissance at South Park or with George at Capital City Home Loans, never be afraid to reach out because there's always someone there to help, right?
That's right.
All right. Well, thank you, George.
Thank you.